पारिजाताय तोत्र वेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। Om Namo Venkateshaya. My best wishes and Paripurna Ashirvad to all the viewers of Sri Venkateshwara Bhakti channel. Namaskar. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, second chapter, verse number 1. Sanjaya Uvacha tam tatha kripaya vishtam ashrupurna kulekshanam vishedantamidam vakyam uvacha madhusudanaha. I have a simple question. Today morning, when you wake up early in the morning, what the thought that you got? First thought. Do you remember it? Have you see what the thought means? So after becoming conscious enough, I'm not asking that after getting from the bed. This question is when you become aware about your existence today morning, what the thought that you have means you had. The second question, and what the Lord's thought that you have when you slept yesterday, and which is easy to answer. So you can answer what the thought I might have got today morning. We can guess it. Okay? Because when we go to bed to sleep, we have to absolutely forget ourselves. Then when we become aware about ourselves, we become aware not only ourselves, with world and yourself. So both realities become aware to us. Swamiji, suddenly why you are asking these questions? Because the self is endowed with two realities. That's I am and the world is. There's two reality. When I lose myself, the world also is being lost. These two reality, they are interdependent each other. Let it be what the problem is. No. You think that you are there in the world comes and goes, but you are simultaneously, or we can say that you are equal to the world, both you drop and you gain back. I'm using the word we both means both are dropped by us. When we sleep, we lose our awareness of the self and we lose our existence, means experience of the world. Okay, this is the first lesson. I am connected with the world, or world is connected with me. Now the next step, when we lose the world, what kind of world is lost? Shastra says that is your world. Oh, is there any two worlds? No. Shastra says, what do you think the world is? That world is only belong to you. Now second chapter is about to begin. It will give So wonder by wonder. Ascharyavat pashyati kaschidенam ascharyavat vadati tataiva chanyaha. It's a wonder, complete wonder. And complete wonder and thorough knowledge about us. That's what the second chapter is. Now this both reality, I am, world is, they are connected. And they are connected with one reality. Now, I am because of world is. World is because of I am. Now, which is the surface which sustains what? The world is because of me, or I am because of the world? That's the question. Okay, so you may think that suddenly Swamiji, why he is teaching differently? No, we think about Arjuna. In the last chapter, there are 4 more lines available. We have not read in the last episode that we have to cover. What Sanjaya said at the end of the shloka, end of the chapter, this Arjuna who is overwhelmed by shoka, sadness, sat on the chariot by dropping all his weapon. It means what? Arjuna who was provided, nourished, trained by all materialistic training, knowledge. But finally, everything went failure. And think about his acharyas, Dronacharya, Kripacharya, Bhishmacharya, and so many else. He had lots of astras, Nagastra, Pashupatastra, so many divine full astras that he had. But suddenly he collapsed himself. Nothing happened from outside. Everybody was standing for the war, but this person, he got collapsed within himself. And that too not the point. He lived for a long time with Lord Krishna. Being a very good friend of Lord Krishna, he could collapse himself. That is the wonder. First, this world is wonder. And this peculiar body-mind-sense complex is another wonder. Both includes mystic. I use the word mystic means it's beyond our reach, beyond our understanding. And the science, they are digging to find out what is the main cause of both. But Shastra, especially this Bhagavad Gita, it analyzes completely, step by step. When Arjuna came, means when Arjuna was introduced, he was introduced as the courageous, bravest heart in the battlefield. He just ordered even Lord Krishna, take my chariot and place in between and place in front of those people who wants to fight with me, means with us, for the sake of that evil-minded Duryodhana. But when he saw Acharya Drona and Bhishmacharya, something happened within him. He got collapsed and he blabbered like anything. Whatever that he blabbered, but all those knowledge are valid for the life, for the day-to-day transaction. He spoke about Varna Sankaraha, Dharma, Papa, Punya, and finally also he spoke about some Pitrakarma, heavenly life, Pinda, Udaka Kriya, everything he spoke. But all were in the wrong places. Something was missing, something was lacking. Though he was supported with materialistic knowledge completely, he was a completely packed man. He was completely packed man like our university. It prepares a person for 15 years. You begin with pre-KG, LKG, UKG, first standard to 12th standard. You enter into college, UG, PG, UG, and everything after completion of education, and people will call you are the complete man. But when you get married, when you get any job or duty, if you face any problem, a small amount of problem, you can identify your Arjuna. There where Bhagavad Gita comes into the scene. That's what Shastra is. We have to identify Arjuna first. Whoever wants to run away from the problem, they are nothing but Arjuna, is not to blame them. If that person identifies, I am like Arjuna, running away from the problem. But sequence, the nature of the world, wherever you go, you will get the same problem. Same problem. And so many people, they keep changing companies. A manager I know, so he always gets problem from the juniors. But he could have a very good, name from senior, all the people. But he gets only problem from junior. And he also tried for so many psychiatrics and counseling and everything. Nothing worked out. It may up to certain extent, but not completely. Therefore, what happened, he was not able to respond to his family properly. Within 2 years, everything became collapsed. And that person, if he is able to identify Arjuna who is there inside in him with confused mind, that he can come out. Finding the cause, finding the locus of the error. The problem is not only outside, we get the problem. Therefore, this second chapter begins, there are two realities. In the beginning itself, it introduces. But there are 10 more shlokas for Arjuna that we have to cover first, After the last words of first chapter, there are 4 lines. Iti Shri Mahabharate Shatasahasriyam Samhitayam Vaiyasikyam Bhishma Parvani Srimad Bhagavad Gitasu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Arjuna Vishada Yogo Nama Prathamodhyayaha. Now this text, the conversation which is in between Krishna and Arjuna, and especially the chapter which is called Arjuna Vishada Yoga, comes in Yoga Shastra, Brahma Vidyam, Upanishatsu, Srimad Bhagavad Gitashu. It gives additional knowledge about this Bhagavad Gita. Iti Shri Mahabharate Shatasahasriyam Samhitayam Vaiyasikyam Bhishma Parvani. In the Mahabharata and in Bhishma Parva. That much is enough. If I keep elaborating, it will go to 2 more sessions. Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So in the Bhagavad Gita, why it is called Bhagavad Gita? Because Bhagavan has unfolded knowledge from his mouth. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavata Gitam, then Upanishatsu, that which is nothing but Upanishads. Now, Upanishad means what? Upanishad means that is the supreme knowledge of our Sanatana Dharma. Upanishad is the main body of the knowledge. If somebody asks, Sanatana Dharma, we are Hindu people, so what the text is there for us to study? We say that Prasthana Trayam. Trayam means three. Prasthana means sources. There are three sources in which you can find a complete knowledge about world and you, God and you. As I introduced, there are 5 subject matters of Vedanta. The knowledge about individual person, knowledge about the world, knowledge about Ishvara, and knowledge about bondage. This bondage means what? We have to come to know through Shastra. Bandha, and finally moksha, liberation. These 5 topics are unfolded very clearly, thoroughly in the Upanishads. And Upanishads are, you can say that it's a higher end text. Upanishad is our target, but we cannot read, we cannot study Upanishad. It needs it's a very solid qualifications. Therefore, in order to bring the qualifications, we have to study Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita is the first Prasthana Triya, means it is known as Smriti Prasthanam, the source from Smriti. Smriti means we have to say that which has from human brain, memory or experience. Because Shruti means Vedas. Vedas are the main body of knowledge. Vedas are apaurusheyam. It's not man-made. Why? Because it's beyond our capacity to understand about the universe, to discuss about the creation, to get proper conclusion about everything. Means our body is limited, our buddhi is limited, everything is limited. With limited body and mind, how will you be able to judge everything? Therefore, our forefathers, they did tapas. Because of the tapas, because of the solid upasana, they gained the potentiality like Sir Isaac Newton. How many people among us would have seen apple coming down from the tree, or mango, whatever the Indian fruits are coming down from the tree? Who had the potential capacity to find, oh, that's a force, gravitational force. Like this knowledge which were in the universe, these rishis who raised their qualifications, they could have it. Then they have given to the humanity this Upanishad called Shruti Prasthanam, the source of the spiritual and materialistic knowledge from Veda. Shruti means so that which is heard, not read. Means Vedic teaching is from ears, not through eyes. When you read through eyes, it may not reach here. When you hear, it has to work a lot. Because nowadays educational system is dependent on what? Dependent on the photographic memory. That knowledge means it has to be through ears. Therefore, Shruti Prasthanam, the source from Vedas and the source from Smriti is Bhagavad Gita. Once you study Bhagavad Gita, you become qualified enough to discuss about Upanishad. Then after completion of Upanishad, you have to analyze the Upanishads, because there are innumerable Upanishads. There are 11 Upanishads are said which are the most important and which covers everything. After studying these 11 Upanishads, you have to have a kind of analysis of these 11 Upanishads. Therefore, what this Brahma Sutra, which was written by, which is attributed to Vyasacharya. So that Brahma Sutra is Nyaya Prasthanam, the source of logical approachment. Nyaya means logical, means analytic text. That which analyzes what is said in the Upanishad, what is said in all Upanishads, what is the target of the Upanishad. It analyzes. Complete these three, that's enough for your lifetime. You can gain the capacity more than your capacity. It means with the help of this mortal body, you can gain something that which is immortal. That's what here is the wonder is. Gita helps very much. Therefore, this Bhagavad Gita, which is nothing but the essence of Upanishad alone, in order to show that it also says, Vyasa says, Brahma Vidyayam, means Upanishadsu, and Brahma Vidyayam means this, the text which deals with the subject matter called Brahma Vidya. Yoga Shastre, and that which includes Yoga Shastra too. Here yoga means there are innumerable meaning. First Buddhi Yoga, Karma Yoga, and it comes on and on. That which is in the form of dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. The name of the chapter, which is known as Arjuna Vishada Yogaha. Thus it is first chapter is ending. That is the 4 line. Now the second chapter, that which we began in the beginning, called Sankhya Yogaha. Samyak Khyayate iti Sankhya. Sankhya means knowledge. There are 2 kinds of knowledge. That's what I introduced, 2 kinds of realities. We live with 2 realities. This Drik Drishya Vivekam, from the beginning itself, it begins. Rupam Drishyam Lochanam Drik, Tadrishyam Driktu Manasam, Drishyadhi Vrittayas Sakshi, Drige Vanatu Drishyate. It has got very deep meaning, but we will come to that very soon. But this 2 reality means the knowledge of this 2 reality about myself and about other than myself. Means about whatever exists other than myself, because the self-existence is confirmed by me, but that existence of other than the self is to confirmed. That's what Sankhya. Sankhya means complete knowledge. And many people think, spiritual life means only to pursue spiritual. Means we should drop all materialistic. And that is separate one, this is separate one. No. Spiritual means that inner growth to be sought from the house alone. There is no 2 life. Okay. 2 lifestyle. So Gita introduces 2 lifestyle means not physically from outside. That comes later. This inner growth is called spirituality. Because you see, the teacher of Bhagavad Gita is a king. The student of Bhagavad Gita is also a king. And this Vidya is also known as Raja Vidya. 9th chapter, The name of the 9th chapter itself, Raja Vidya Rajaguhya Yoga. This knowledge is the king among all the knowledge. This second chapter, which is the wonder, we will begin from the next session. Tomorrow we will continue. Harihi Om. Namaskar. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.